Alright, happy Easter guys. So I'm going to show you how I draw a mouth. And lately I've been drawing with a lot of just colors and shapes without an outline. So you see my sketch here, and all I did previous to starting this was I just colored in one solid shape inside the lines of the body of the snail. And I'll just show you without the sketch. Okay, so we have all our sketch lines, we have our mouth here, so I'm just going to make my line art really light. Oops. Okay, so now I have a new layer, and we're going to start with the mouth. So, excuse me, turtle, you're in my way. So, the first thing I wanted to figure out what color I want the mouth. It doesn't really matter at this point in time because you can always change the color, but I have a set color that I usually use for mouth. Down here I use this for the mouth, this for the tongue, things like that. So I'm just going to choose the mouth color, and I'm going to choose, you can choose any brush. I'm going to use Butterblade here from my new stamp brush, but you can use any brush as long as it's, whoops, let me go on a new layer. Oh, that is a new layer. Okay. So as long as it's a hard brush, you can use any brush. So basically, I'm gonna leave this line off for now. I'm just gonna trace the shape of the mouth. So you just want to get that nice, clean shape. Then you can fill it in. And as you can see, my sketch layer is on top. That way I can make all these marks and I still see my sketch underneath. So we don't actually need this anymore. Well, actually I'll leave it so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. So I'm going to add a new layer above. I'm going to select the mouth, move to the layer above, and now I'm going to start with all of these elements in the mouth. So we have this line and this line. So as it goes further into the mouth, I'm just going to make it darker. So I'll make it the darkest. And see this line here, and I'll just follow it all the way through. And I'll just color that in. So now I'm just going to make a new layer. This shape is still selected. So now I'm just going to, I'll go back to the original color, and I'll just go down a little bit, not as dark as the last one. And then I'll make this line. And whoops. This should be underneath. Okay. So sometimes it can be a little confusing with the layers, and you can do it any way. Like I could have started on this color and then made this above. The order of the layers, the order that you draw them in, doesn't really make a difference. You just have to make sure they're in the right position. So basically, we're just doing the deeper part of the mouth, the deeper parts of the mouth first. So I'm just going to get rid of these just so I can see all of this detail in my sketch. So the tongue and the teeth and this part of the mouth are going to be all in front of the darker spots. So I'm going to make a new layer above. It's probably confusing, but hopefully what I'm doing makes sense. I can draw way better than I can talk, as I'm sure you already know. So the tongue is here, so let's just I'll hold it down so it makes a perfect shape. Okay, so we have our tongue there. I'll go ahead and get rid of it so it's not confusing. New layer above, and I'll go for some white teeth. So for his teeth, I have one tooth here. I have that. I have that, and then I have another tooth here. And then we have our teeth shape. Okay, so now now the only problem is this tongue here. This last tooth should go behind the tongue, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the tongue, and then I'm going to go to the tooth layer, and I'm just going to erase and just erase it so it looks like it's behind the tongue. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of my line work so you can sort of see, you can see the shape of the mouth, and my iPad doesn't want to respond to my fingers. It happens every now and again. Okay, so now we just need to put in the lines here. So I'm just going to take, there we go. So I'm just going to make that darker. I'm going to put a new line above, and I'll use the same brush. There we go. Okay, and then if I need, I can erase that, and then we have our mouth. I didn't finish the eyes yet, but I'll just throw something in so he's not so incomplete looking. Those are terrible eyes, but you get the point. So something like that. That's pretty much how I do the mouths on my characters. And what's really great about it is you can select them all and group them. So then if you decide that you want his mouth to be smaller, you can make it smaller. Or you can make it bigger. And it just gives you a little more options. And of course, you know, if you decide you don't like the teeth, that you'd rather make new teeth, then you can just go back, select, make a new layer, and you know, you can make new teeth, you know, however you'd like. And there's lots of fun ways to make teeth. So there's actually a lot of options, and this is the way that I like to do it, because usually I like the option to be able to alter and change things once they're done. Especially since I do a lot of client work. If they want things changed, then it's easy that I have all my layers here. So if I need to change anything, if I need to change colors, if you know they want certain parts darker, then I can just merge them, and I can make things darker. Or if they want to change the color to a, you know, maybe the inside of the mouth is a different color or a different hue. So lots of options. Same thing with the shell. I just traced the shape. But make sure you use the layers to your benefit, because there's lots of things, there's lots of reasons to use the layers, and there's lots of ways to make adjusting and changing your drawings a lot easier using layers. So I'm definitely a fan of layers. All right, so I hope that was helpful. Just wanted to do a little tidbit tutorial, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate you. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram at DrugFreeDave. Follow me on YouTube if this isn't already YouTube. And also, don't forget to join my private Facebook group for tutorials, Procreate tutorials and guidance. So I will see you there, or I will see you square. So as always, keep drawing, and I'll see you in the next video.